let's practice real castings, all right? So you have the basic technical setup, you've tried the audition monologue, now let's try a casting. You want to do it with a friend. A friend would really help you out. If you don't have a friend, you can still do it, but with a friend it would be easier. I have attached, I'm sending you a casting script. All right, just go on the link again, and there is a page you can download from a real casting. Here is what you want to do. Number one, the most important thing is rhythm. So there's a huge difference between a casting and the rehearsal process. The rehearsal process, is finding new things, it's an exploration, it's a learning thing. In a casting, you want it to look as if you had rehearsed the script you just got over a month. So please make sure that you understand the difference between it's a rehearsal, just trying out new stuff, and it's a casting. A casting needs to seem like the scene from the movie. It needs to be pre-planned. A rehearsal, you don't need to pre-plan it. You cannot pre-plan it. And the actual performance also, you don't want to pre-plan it to make it seem organic. Casting, super fake scenario. You're sitting there in front of the camera, you have a friend reading with you. It's not a moment where you have time to be inspired and try out stuff. Rule number one is speed. If you lose rhythm when you're the casting, it becomes slow down because looking at the script, talking, looking, someone to look right there, I'm talking, I'm looking, I'm talking. Let me get a script. Okay, so example. Dallas Buyers Club, right? So big mistake, I'm reading for Dr. Savard, if I would do this. We saw something that concerned us in our initial blood work. So we can, right? So if you have to look down and up because you don't know lines, it's preferable that you always look at the lines. We saw something that concerned us in your initial blood work, so we ran some additional tests. So you're going to look up, after, before. Number one rule, do not lose the speed and the rhythm. If it becomes slow, there's no way it's going to be interesting, right? Rule number two, every scene ever written has one piece of new information. Every casting that you will get has a curve in it where it goes from one emotion, something's going on, and then there's a point of change where something new happens in the scene, and with the new thing that happens in the scene, the emotion must change. It can't be the same. So you receive some news or some information comes to you, there needs to be a moment of recognition of that surprise, of that new moment, and then there needs to be a change in the emotion. That's number two. Try to find that moment of change before you do the scene, and then set yourself up. If you end the scene angry, you're going to start happy. If you start sad, happy. If you start sad, you end up, right? So it's always between happy and sad or angry. Always. All scenes are written when there's, love, sex, all these things of not and yes. But it's always a change between a happy, good emotion and something else happening, right? If it doesn't have that, your casting by definition is boring. Focus with the castings for now on speed and at least one point of change, and then please send them to me. That's what you have me for. Send them to me so I can look at them and send you some real feedback before you go out there in the real world and waste time and energy on sending castings that maybe we could fix really quickly. All right? So go ahead, try out the casting, try to tape it, tell a friend, and just send them to me.